All right, there are 5 levels of motivation. The 5 levels of motivation can best be described with this triangle. Most of the people on Earth are on this bottom level. Most athletes are on this next level. This next level is the 4th level. This bottom level is the 5th level. On the 5th level, it's for people who can't be motivated. All right? The people that lack motivation. The people that if you held a gun up to their head, they're not going to do anything. They just do not want to move. These are the only people that you can't help. Everyone else above that level, you can do something with. So as long as you're not on this level, you're good in our eyes. Now, for the 4th level is you're inspired by negative. For those inspired by negative, you have to scream at them to get them to move. You have to threaten them to get them to go hard. You have to maybe say you're going to get cut from the team. You're going to be crying to make them move, to make them work hard. This level works extremely fast. This level is very tempting as a parent, as a coach, as a teacher to employ. This is like spanking your child. It works immediately and it's very, very tempting to use, but this level is also exhausting. This level is also very, very toxic because as you yell, then they will yell, then everyone will become more negative. But this level works right away and it works. And it's for probably the majority of players. But the level above that, this level right here, this level is positive. This is the 3rd level of motivation or inspiration. These people are motivated by positive thoughts. They're motivated by money. They're motivated by maybe they want to impress some girls. Maybe they want to please their parents. Maybe they want to please the coach. This is positive. This lasts a whole lot longer than negative. All right. And when we drive a car and we are too afraid to go too fast, we're afraid of the negative. And after we get a ticket, a few weeks later, we will start to speed again. Why? Because it was negative, and that negative may work fast, but it doesn't last for that long. A smarter thing would be, if they really wanted us to stop speeding on the street, would be to pay us money. Every mile that we went, we got $50 in our bank account if we were below the speed limit. No one would ever speed, but they don't want that. They want the money. So positive works, and it works for a long time, and people can keep giving positive to a much higher extent than negative. So positive wins out, but there are higher levels. And this level right here, this 2nd level, this level is you're inspired by yourself. This one right here is like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, where they don't need you to yell at them for them to go their hardest. They don't need for you to give them money. They're still going to want to be the best. If you're inspired by yourself, basically no one can stop you. You're always going to be ready to go. You don't need to be talked into anything. All right. So the 2nd level is what we strive to be. Those are the greatest basketball players to ever live, when you're inspired by yourself. So it's better than all of these. Now the top level, this number 1 level, it's very, very few people that even get there. All right. And this is you inspire others. Now in our world, it's people like maybe Gandhi, Martin Luther King who are on this level, but possibly in the NBA, it's someone like Steph Curry, where if he's on a team, the entire team becomes great shooters because he's hyping them up. He's getting them in the gym. It's not just him, because now you can triple team someone if it's just them. But when you inspire others, now your entire team is doing well. Now no one can stop you because you have an army behind you. Right? So inspiring others is the highest level. And as a human being, helping each other in the world, that's the highest level of a human being that you could become as well. So we want to be as high up on this list as possible. And as a coach, as a teacher, we want to allow the kids to be on the highest level as possible by not assuming that they're on the lowest level. So never come out and assume that they're on this level to begin with, or assume that they're on this level or this level. As a teacher, you can't come out screaming. You have to allow your kids to inspire others. You have to give them autonomy to inspire others. And they probably won't do it, but you give them a chance. Then if they don't, you hope that they inspire themselves. Then after that, especially on the basketball court, that's when you'll hear me start to clap. If you're not inspiring everyone else and you're not inspiring yourself, and I see that the motivation isn't happening, I start to clap. I start to be extremely positive. And you know that that's something because negative's coming up next if you don't respond to this. If you don't respond to my positive, that's when I will employ the negative. And after a bit, if you don't respond to the negative, that's when we get to this level. And when we get to this level, I will ignore you. So you reach a point where this is probably the worst thing that can ever happen to you. It's worse than being screamed at, or anything else, is being ignored. And I do this so that we don't create the toxic environment that I was talking about. So once you get players to get to the higher levels and they get to this level, you tell them that as they're inspiring others, they should also do the same by not starting at the lowest levels. They should start by allowing them to inspire themselves. Then they should inspire their teammates in a positive fashion. Then they should get negative to those that still need it. And then if that doesn't work, to ignore those players. Don't keep going down that path of negativity. So we do this and we employ this in a simple shooting drill, or basically anything, but a simple shooting drill is the best way to explain it. I will tell them to go out and shoot some shots. And I'll say, go. And they'll go out there and they'll start to shoot. But then I'll say, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you something. I would like for you guys to go to try to make 20 shots. And then they'll go back out there and now they're shooting a little bit more focused. And I'll say, oops, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you something else. The first one to get to 20 wins a prize. Then they go back out there and then they will try even harder. And then I'll say, oh my God, I just keep forgetting. I forgot to tell you. And now, mind you, some of them are at 15 right now. Some of them are at 10, some of them are at 5. And I'm like, oh, I forgot to tell you that those who do not win have a consequence, like running. Then I say, now go again. And everyone starts going so much harder than they were before. And that's these levels right here. When it was just the first one and I said just to go shoot, you might get 25% of kids, but you're probably going to get a lot less. But you'll get them trying about 25% with 25% effort. All right? Then once you mention a score or something to get to, now those people will kind of like step it up to about 50%. Then once you mention the prize, that's when you get them trying even harder. But then when you mention that they're going to be in trouble for something or consequence is going to happen, that's when you get a lot of kids. Maybe not 100%, but close. And the problem is we should have been going with this effort as if there were a consequence, as if there were a prize, as if there were a goal way in the beginning when they first told us to go. Just shoot over there. And if you can practice that way, then you can be great. And if you can get your teammates to practice that way, your entire team will be great. So that's the goal. And that's how we motivate people with the 5 levels of motivation.